All right, let's get into it. We all go grocery shopping, right? It's routine. But have you ever really stopped to think about the massive, totally invisible web of technology that's running the whole show? Well, today, we're going to pull back that curtain.
You know the sound. Beep. An item gets scanned. But that little beep, it's so much more than just a price getting tallied. Think of it as the starting pistol for a huge, high-speed digital race happening behind the scenes.
So let's zoom in on that exact moment, the moment of purchase. The piece of tech you're actually interacting with, we'll call that the transaction machine.
Now, its official name is a point-of-sale system, or POS. And you gotta understand, this thing is not just a high-tech cash register. It's more like the central nervous system for the entire store. It's handling the sales, sure, but it's also tracking inventory and managing customer data, all at the exact same time.
And boy, has this tech evolved. I mean, back in the 70s, you had these clunky, mainframe-controlled registers. Then the 80s gave us the first touchscreens, which was a huge leap. Fast forward to the 90s, and suddenly powerful PC-based systems are everywhere. And now, today, it's all about the cloud, connecting every single store to the internet in real time. It's this journey from a simple box to a networked brain that's so important for what comes next.
Okay, so let's zoom out just a little. Why is that networked brain so absolutely critical for the store? Well, it's all about solving this one huge problem that every single grocer on the planet has to deal with. We're talking about the grocer's dilemma. See, if a store orders way too much produce, it just rots on the shelf. That's spoilage, it's waste, and it's a ton of lost money. But if they order too little, the shelves are empty, they lose out on sales, and you, the customer, get really frustrated. It is a constant, stressful tightrope walk.
And here's the kicker. That simple beep at the checkout, that's the solution. Every time an item is scanned, it tells that central brain, hey, we just sold 1 carton of milk. The store's inventory is updated instantly. It's literally the most important tool they have for walking that tightrope without falling off.
But the data trail doesn't just stop at the store's inventory count. Nope. Let's zoom out again and look at the data that's tied directly to you.
We all know the drill with loyalty cards. You scan it, you get a few bucks off your bill, you get some special deals, maybe you earn some points. Seems like a pretty simple win-win situation, right? But let's flip that around. What does the store get? Oh, so much more. They don't just see that someone bought diapers. They see that you bought diapers and baby formula, and they can predict with scary accuracy that you're a new parent. They see you switch from buying expensive steaks to ground beef and might guess you're tightening your budget. They are building an incredibly detailed, itemized profile of your life, one purchase at a time.
And that really gets to the heart of the matter. The few dollars you save on your groceries, that's a tiny, tiny price for the store to pay for this absolute treasure trove of personal data. When you analyze that data at scale, it's worth a fortune.
But wait, there's more. The data collection doesn't stop with what's in your cart. They are also watching exactly where you go inside the store. Let's take a look. What you're looking at here is a retail heat map. It's basically a map of foot traffic. See those red areas? Those are the hot spots, where shoppers are spending most of their time. And the blue areas? Those are the cold spots people tend to skip. It's literally a map of our collective attention.
So how in the world do they even make this? Well, it starts with in-store sensors, anything from your phone's Wi-Fi signal to video cameras that track movement anonymously. Then, powerful algorithms chew through all that raw data to find the patterns. Out comes this color-coded heat map, and retailers use it to decide everything from where a new cereal display should go to how they should design the entire layout of a new store.
Okay, so we've got transaction data, loyalty data, even data on your physical movements. Now, for the biggest zoom out of all, what if all of this tracking, all this data, could be used to solve a massive global problem?
And that problem is food waste. In the US alone, grocery stores are responsible for over 10.5 million tons of surplus food every year. That's a staggering number. This, right here, is the dark side of that grocer's dilemma we talked about earlier. This is what happens when they guess wrong.
And this is where it all comes together. Artificial intelligence is like the ultimate evolution of that POS system's brain. New AI platforms can take all that rich store data, every single sale, every loyalty scan, and feed it into algorithms that can predict what you and your neighbors are going to buy next week with, frankly, unbelievable accuracy.
Let's break down how this works. If you look on the left of this diagram, you see all the data getting poured in. Sales history, what customers are buying, even things like the weather forecast. All of it gets fed into that central AI engine in the middle. The engine analyzes everything, and then
Out the other side, it spits out a super precise order recommendation for the store manager, telling them exactly how many avocados to order for the weekend rush.
So the billion-dollar question, does it actually work? Well, some recent pilot programs put this exact kind of tech to the test, and the results were pretty amazing.
First off, food waste in these stores dropped by an average of almost 15%. That is a huge, direct cut in spoilage just from ordering smarter.
And that reduction in waste had a massive knock-on effect for the environment. Just in these pilot programs, it prevented nearly 27,000 tons of CO2 emissions from ever entering the atmosphere.
And what about the money? Well, if you scaled this tech across the entire country, the grocery industry could save an estimated $2 billion. It's a win for their bottom line, and it's a win for the planet. Which brings us full circle. The very same technology that tracks what you buy and where you walk through the store is the key to powering an AI that could dramatically reduce global food waste. So the final question I want to leave you with is this: is that a fair trade?